Does it go G? He's in Tectone, by the way. Subscribe and like the
This
video.
is absolutely horrifying if Steam
Okay.
is actually actively scamming their user base. But what the fuck is this
Okay.
shit? Payment processors are now censoring Steam games. What is this?
Oh, I know what that is. I saw an article. Yeah, I saw an article. It was payment processors were like, hey, you got this type of hentai game in your Steam stuff, get it out, or we are out, essentially. And Steam was like, fuck you, I don't care. And yeah.
Where your credit card company decides what games you can buy on Steam. That unthinkable
What?
future just
Yeah.
arrived. Valve, known for its hands-off approach, has added a new rule that would change.
And I believe this because based off of the location of your credit card, you can either get taxed or not taxed in the United States. So
Okay, well, I saw the article. I think Steam was like, fuck you, I'm not doing that. Is Steam not on their side? I thought Steam was on our side, you know?
we know that they can do this.
PC
It's not related to Steam? Okay, good.
gaming.
Okay. See, okay.
Not by law, but by the powers of payment processors like Visa and
And
MasterCard.
yeah.
Starting today, Valve updated its What You Shouldn't Publish on Steam section to include
Okay. Nude or sexually explicit of real people, that's fine. Adult content that isn't properly labeled age gate, okay. Libelous or different, okay. Content, okay. Content that violates the laws, yeah. Content that is patently offensive or intended to shock or disgust viewers. That one's subjective. And I think there was a one called mouthwash. And that was like, traumatic and stuff, like psychological, whatever. There's a lot of psychological games in Steam, so that one's very subjective. Very subjective. Content that exploits, yeah, okay. Application to modify customers compete, okay. Application to fraud, wait. In harmful, okay, yeah, that makes sense. Applications that fraudulently, I almost say that word, fraudulently, hell yeah. Attempts to gather, okay. Video content not directly related to a product that has it on Steam. I don't know what that means. Video content not, okay, I don't know what that means. Non-interactive 360 VR videos. Oh, that's good. I like that. If you're gonna upload a 360 video, it must be interactive. Okay. Applications built on blockchain. Okay. Applications with advertising based on business models. Okay. Content that may violate the rules and standards set forth by seeing payment processors. Whoa. Oh no, that's the bad one. That's the bad one. Oh no. Content that may violate the rules and standards set forth by Steam's payment processors, so them, and related card network and banks or network provider. Even the internet network providers can tell you to not use the internet for this sort of XYZ thing. That's insane. In particular, certain kinds of adult content. What the fuck? Wait, what? Oh no. They're literally being like, hey, you can't buy this anymore. And I don't care. It's like, okay, buddy, what the fuck?
content that may violate the rules set forth by
He's concentrating on 15. That's the bad one. Oh god. It is related to Steam because they just gave in. Yeah, I mean, if this is the rules they set forth, then yeah, I guess.
Steam's payment processors and related card networks and banks or internet network
How
providers.
do you just tell me this has nothing to do with Steam and the title of the video is censoring Steam games and set forth by
Yeah, they lied to him.
What the fuck are you talking about?
They lied to
in
him.
particular, certain kinds of adult-only content.
What the
This
hell?
seemingly vague line has already been used, as SteamDB has reported the removal of a bunch of games, mainly the ones
Really?
with
Fuck.
incest themes. While Valve hasn't
So they're not gonna let us play Coffin of Andy and Lele? Guys, I'll be real, man. I think incest is base in video games and anime. I don't give a fuck.
explicitly named
How could you say that?
the names of the reason for this happening, unconfirmed reports and industry patterns strongly point to major players like PayPal, Visa, and MasterCard, the most popular payment methods on Steam. There were even unconfirmed rumors
Why
about
the fuck would
PayPal's
they let them do
temporary
this?
unavailability on Steam.
I got no
pointing to
idea,
this, but I
honestly,
couldn't
like,
find
what?
anything
Like,
that
why the is a credit card company trying to push political agendas. They can
Exactly. What's up? Gonna start cooking.
decide what we're allowed to view. Fuck that.
Like,
Confirmed this
what?
was directly tied to PayPal. One
confirm. Okay. We are unable to process or anything. We apologize. Okay.
what we're allowed to view. Fuck that.
So PayPal is like,
confirmed this was
I don't
directly
want
tied
this.
to
They're like, I don't want your dirty money. What?
PayPal. One group, Collective Show, a campaign for women, seems to be the ones mainly responsible,
Oh
having
my
released
God.
I
several
imagine.
articles and
I
open
imagine.
letters to these
Oh
payment
my
processors,
God.
making
I
claims
could
about the
imagine,
games
yeah.
on Steam just within the last few days. So, as these companies took note of this letter and told Valve they were going to leave the platform, Valve was left with adding this rule and giving these payment companies a bunch of power over Steam.
That
This new
is
rule is important because it's
insane.
not just a small tweak, it's a fundamental change to Steam. As now these payment processors or other
Even
companies
your
like internet
network.
providers have
Like, what? Even your internet provider can be like, hey, I don't want you to use my internet for this, okay? So you're not gonna watch any more of this. It's like, buddy, what?
direct influence on Steam and what games are allowed on the platform. For many, this is a big worry. If payment companies can decide what adult content is allowed,
Oh,
people
fuck
are
that.
asking what stops them from deciding about other things next.
Dude, it's already bad enough that I have to enter my ID card in the internet to watch porn now.
What?
Can we can we just let me have some fucking freedom? Like I'm
What?
in Texas and I can't.
What? What pages are you on, buddy? And how would you actually give a page? Your ID? You're insane.
Watch
Nah,
porn.
that's
Oh my God.
crazy.
And the worst thing is I lost my ID, so I haven't been able to fucking jerk off to porn in like 3 months. Oh, it's miserable, dude.
This is where we get into
Oh,
a slippery
God, I
slope,
feel so
where one
bad.
small change could lead to much bigger, unwanted changes down the road. Now, it's important to understand that Valve was likely left with very few choices in this situation, as
I don't
not
think
listening
so.
to the payment processors would have led to them removing their services from the
Yeah,
platform, which
so?
is what many have reported.
I feel like Valve has the higher power here. Because everybody buys stuff off of Steam. You know the amount of money they gotta be making? The amount of money that they have to be making has to be insane. They can be like, hey, so if you, the payment processor, don't want this money anymore, you can fuck off, right? And the people will look for solutions, okay? I can bet you the people will look for solutions, and even more, whoever stays will be more incentivized to actually stay in the platform, even if it has like whatever MasterCard or Visa or whatever PayPal process payment process whatever company, right? Even if they leave for XYZ reason, the other one has more incentives to stay, even if XY reason is in Steam, because that means more money for them, you know? It's more concentrated on one card, you know what I mean? So it's like I feel like they have more power. But also, it's literally banks like Mastercard and Visa. They are massive. So losing Steam is not too big of a deal for them as well. I feel like it's not. There's no losing in this. There's no actual losing in this.
Reported happened already by PayPal shortly before this rule was added. Now, to truly understand how big this change is, we need to look at Steam's past. This isn't about the specific adult games taken down,
Yeah.
it's about a complete reversal of Valve's long-standing, hands-off approach to moderation. Before, Steam allowed a lot of games on the platform,
Yeah.
as long as it wasn't outright illegal. The main times Valve would take down a game were if it had some malware inside,
Sure.
broke one
Yeah.
of the very few Valve rules, or
Yeah.
a specific government requested to get it removed. Valve's position with moderation and the relaxed rules led to Steam having a large number of adult games and sometimes other controversial content. This position Valve had brought them a bunch of complaints.
This is a
In
creepy ass game we're
2018,
playing here, man.
Steam faced criticism for a
I was
hate
thinking
group
about Dead Space. I was looking at that and I was thinking about Dead Space.
problem due to lax enforcement against hate speech. Now, this wasn't a game, but it shows how Valve
Oh, that's Fallout. I know because of the actual font of the thingamabob.
generally handled moderating across
Right?
the entire
I
platform.
think it is.
In December 2022, U.S. Senator Maggie Hassan even questioned Valve's efforts
Everywhere I go, I hear his name. Jesus Christ.
Who?
This is insane. It's
Really?
crazy how I hear that name, then I hear neo-Nazi extremist, racial supremacist, and I also see
Oh God, Jesus Christ! Who am I? Who are you talking to? Wait,
the
holy.
entire platform. In December 2022, U.S.
Okay.
Senator Maggie Hassan
U.S. Senator Maggie Hassan. Wait, Maggie Hassan?
lost the entire platform. In December 2022, U.S. Senator Maggie Hassan even
Okay. Uh, plain in an ambiguous reference to the neo-Nazi term 888, referring to the letters HH for short for hell. Damn, that's a. Oh, 88 means HH, which means Hell Hitler. Okay. And then disturbing steam. Okay, disturbingly steam significant process of uses playing and espousing neo-Nazi extremist racial. Jesus Christ. All I hear is buzz, 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 buzz. It's like, holy moly. I'm sure there is a group of people that probably some of this applies to. I'm sure there is. There has to be, right? But I doubt the group is that big to be mentioned basically everywhere. You know what I mean? It's mentioned basically everywhere. If you it's like I'm not gonna say if you disagree with me, you're a neo-Nazi. It's insane. That's insane. But also, some people unironically say stuff like that. It's so weird. I don't get it. I don't get it. I actually don't get it. I actually don't.
questioned Valve's efforts
everywhere I go, I hear his name. Jesus Christ, this is insane. It's crazy how I hear that name, then I hear neo-Nazi extremist, racial supremacist, and I also see fucking Hitler. Jesus Christ, what is happening?
regarding Nazism, white supremacy, and misogyny on the platform. In late
Okay.
2024, ADO made a report about how Steam had an extremism and anti-Semitism problem, which led to another U.S. Senator,
Sure.
Mark Warner, asking Valve to do something or face further scrutiny by the U.S.
This
government.
shit wouldn't have
But
happened if
Valve
Harambe was
usually
still
just
alive.
ignored
Everything went downwards after Harambe. He was carrying the balance of our world in his shoulders, and then he died, and now everything is fucked. Oh God, please give us another chance. I don't
these
know.
complaints
absolutely
and
agree.
requests for stronger moderation. As long as nothing was outright illegal or broke their existing rules, they generally wouldn't intervene with the content on their platform. So now,
So okay, I just find it so weird how so many people just start leaning left and absolutely go batshit crazy with like regulations, rules for thee, but not for me, stuff like that. And I hear no like quote unquote balance between that side was making like all these rules and stuff and fucking us over, right? And then the right, is it the right? I think it's called the right, right, left, right, yeah. I hear nothing from the like the right, you know? It's like what is the right doing? I don't know. It's like asleep or something. I don't know what is happening. But yeah.
processors are no longer just handling your transactions, they're becoming content gatekeepers with massive power
Yeah.
over what can be bought and sold on.
Also, I do very much don't like the fact that I can buy a game and then Steam or whatever can be like, you know that game that you bought $60? We're gonna delete that game and you're never gonna see it ever again, and you lost your money too, by the way. It's like, do we have to fight? Because I'll squabble up, okay? I don't want to fight you, but I will fight you, okay?
Online. The thing is, this isn't just a Steam issue. This is happening all over, showing a clear pattern. We've seen major hits in Japan's anime
Yeah.
and manga market. For
Yeah, yeah.
example,
Yep.
platforms like Soruga and Manga Library Z were forced to remove adult content or even shut down because payment processors demanded it. Another Japanese
Yep.
Insane,
It's
but
even
yeah.
worse because Fantia.jp, you can't use Visa or MasterCard to buy porn anymore. You got to use like the Looney Tunes Japanese currency, and I can't do that, so I can't even buy like exclusive Japanese.
What do you mean, Looney Tunes Japanese currency? You mean yen? Are you actually talking about the yen, or is he referencing something else? I feel like he's referencing something else.
Porn, man. It's just hard. right? These credit card companies, they're being sticklers, and I haven't blown my load in 3 months, and I'm starting to get
Bro,
cranky. Techie get
come
cranky
on.
if he doesn't get to come. It's not fair, guys. It's not fair.
Platform, DL site,
Jesus
even tried
Christ.
to fight back, temporarily blocking Visa and MasterCard to keep its adult content available. Just this year, payment processors in Japan started holding back money from adult game creators on Steam. This was such a big deal
What?
that it led to an official investigation by the Japanese government into these payment companies and their practices. It's not just Japan either. OnlyFans in 2021 famously announced that they would ban all sexual content because of pressure from their payment
Yeah,
processors
we all know how that turned
until
out.
they reversed the decision. Patreon too.
Because that's all that anybody
Yeah, they would have lost the whole site if they did that. Yeah.
was buying. OnlyFans and Fansly
Uh.
are just porn. That's
Yeah.
Hey guys, I'm gonna start doing anime reacts on OnlyFans. Everybody's gonna react and be butt ass naked with my dick out. What do you know?
Has faced similar issues in the past. So, as we're seeing with Steam's new rule, this isn't just Valve's problem. It's a widespread issue showing how these powerful payment companies like Visa and MasterCard are deciding what gets sold and what doesn't across the internet. The
Which is
thing is,
crazy.
now we're seeing this first step. If
They-
payment
they have no
processors
right to
can
do
now
this.
influence
Like, you know how far they can go with just that? You know how absolutely far they can go with just because they're literally saying you can't buy stuff without our permission. It's your money, yeah, but you can't buy anything without our permission. Is that not crazy? Is that not absolutely insane? I don't think they're gonna go too far with it. I don't feel like they're actually gonna go too far with it because one, now we have like Bitcoin, not actually, but like as in an external way to actually store our money, you know? So now we have Bitcoin, and two, if they go too far, someone will step up and be like, hey, we are perfectly fine, we work perfectly fine, and we do allow you to use our money however the fuck you want. And they'll just grab everybody, essentially, all the people, you know? They'll literally just go bankrupt if they go too far. So obviously they're not gonna, you know?
This is how much
kinds of
this is how much money
adult-only
rules the
content.
world.
The real question is, where does
Fuck,
it
this
stop?
is so gay.
This is the big concern.
Let me rephrase that. They have
It's okay.
every right to do this, but I cannot believe they're doing this. And this is such a step down into a slippery slope. This is so bad.
For many people. If these powerful companies can block one type of content today, what prevents them from moving on
Agreed.
to other
I don't hear.
powerful companies can block one type of content today, what prevents them from moving on
Agreed.
to other types tomorrow?
Yep.
Yeah,
Could
yeah.
it be games that talk about different political topics? What about games that
Yeah,
tell
yeah,
stories
it
some
yeah.
people might find controversial?
Yeah,
or
exactly,
challenging? Could they even
exactly.
push for changes
Yeah.
on games that don't fit certain beliefs?
Yeah.
Even
The
Yep,
world is
yep,
already
yep, yep.
boring enough
So-
without people telling you what stories you can or cannot tell.
Yep,
It's so
Yeah, exactly. Because they're already saying you're a neo-Nazi if you're basically watch porn, I guess. They can do the exact same if you start like consuming, let's say, right wing whatever, and they're like, we don't like that shit, so you can't pay for that shit with our cards, okay? And it's like, a bitch, okay? What the fuck, you know?
shitty.
if they're perfectly legal.
Well, this game offends Group A. Yeah, they're less than 0.1% of the Earth, but they're offended. Who
You're
cares?
offended, yeah.
The door is now wide open.
They've
Before
been doing it for a long
Steam
time,
decided,
true.
but with Valve's new rule, these payment processing companies and others like internet providers now have a huge say for what's allowed on Steam.
Yep.
This means they could in the future decide what games you buy, not based on laws, but on their rules.
Yep.
This is a big deal
Yeah.
because it takes away control from Valve and gives it to these companies whose main job isn't about games or art, but about money and transaction. Now, I've already seen a few different suggestions from different Steam users, including exploring different payment options, like maybe crypto, or even the possibility of
Yeah,
Valve
that's what I thought.
developing its own payment system. Think of a Valve Pay to get around these restrictions entirely. Valve's new rule, which is directly influenced by
could,
powerful
honestly.
payment processors, card companies, banks, and internet
It'd be
providers,
too easy,
this
too.
marks a
Bitcoin's a good
big
idea.
moment for the platform. What do you think Valve should do? Should
Yeah, Asm's response to this, great. Payment processors, monopolistic censorship is one of the biggest unchecked cartels right now. Absolutely true. Regulations will either
Cartels.
break up these companies or guarantee a degree of service. It's not free market when every company operates collectively. Abso-fucking-lutely. Couldn't have said it
Damn.
better myself. Well,
Yeah,
yes, I
yeah.
could. I just chose not to. Anyways, great video.
That
This shit's
is, yeah,
bullshit,
yeah,
and,
exactly how it
the
is.
death of Steam could
They
be
all work collectively, yeah.
coming very soon, or at least the slow decline. This is, guys. I'll be real. You give them an inch, they're gonna take a mile. This is not good at all.
100%. Yeah, yeah. Good video. Like and subscribe. Tectone, all that good stuff.